There being 17 ayes and 14 nays, the resolution is adopted.
Coming up on COS Now, the Lone Star State plants its flag for freedom. Plus, the North Carolina legislature delivered 3 victories for Convention of States in 2 days. All that and more on this week's episode of COS Now.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now!
On Monday, the Texas Senate State Affairs Committee advanced Convention of States HJR 98, clearing the way for a final vote in the Texas Senate. That vote, a vote of 17 to 14, occurred Thursday afternoon, and it ensures that the Lone Star State will remain a part of the Convention of States movement indefinitely.
The states created the federal government to go do specified tasks. The federal government has gotten larger and larger and larger in its control. So my assessment of our current circumstance and why I think so many folks want this is because the federal government, on almost all national policy questions, treats the states as nothing more than subcontractors to federal will. And that's why the states want to get their creation under control.
Congratulations to the Texas team on this monumental victory. But North Carolina wouldn't let Texas have all the spotlight. On Tuesday, the state of North Carolina had its first significant legislative activity of the year for COS. House Judiciary 1 Committee passed our Article 5 application and 34 Ready bill. Then, on Wednesday, the Rules Committee passed those same resolutions, placing them on the calendar for a same-day debate in the North Carolina House of Representatives. That afternoon, the House approved both measures, first 34 Ready by a vote of 61 to 53, and then our primary resolution by a vote of 62 to 51. Here's lead sponsor of both bills, Representative Riddell.
We cannot continue to spend ourselves stupid like this and expect good results. There has to be a restraint upon spending from the federal government. Now, this is a bipartisan issue. This is not a Democrat issue. This is not a Republican issue. This is a bipartisan American issue.
Both bills will now advance to the North Carolina Senate for final passage. Will the Tar Heel State become the 20th in history to join the COS movement? Go to conventionofstates.com/latest for a deep dive into these stories. Popular podcaster and social media influencer, The Girl Named Blake, joined this month's COS at Home, where she shared her story of how she became a Convention of States supporter.
Finding out that there's something that is a pipeline, is a direct way that we can actually make an impact through our elected representatives is exciting and invigorating, and goes, oh wait, this is a system that is supposed to work for us and actually can work. And so I think that makes it really easy to buy in that this is something that our founders knew we would need. And it's like, all right, now we need it.
You can watch that full interview at conventionofstates.com/at-home. Let me know in the comments what legislative victory you're most excited about, and I'll see you next week on COS Now.